Well, good morning folks, it's Paul here from All About Motorbikes, and I'm off out on a little jaunt just before the new year. So we're still in 2018, and up in front I've got Jordan, who actually gave me these levers, and I think we're heading out over to Hawes. So my first trip out over here, looking forward to it actually. I didn't realise we were going to go this far. But yeah, she'll bring you along the way. I don't know which route he's going to be taking me, so this is all new to me, hence why he's up in front, because I haven't got a clue where I'm going. The only snag with doing stuff like this on a day like this, and there's nothing wrong with having a ride out on a day like this, but the only snag I will say is the actual dirt that's getting flicked up all the time, and it'd be virtually impossible to keep your lens clean, and your visor for that matter. But yes, I'm out now and I'm thoroughly enjoying myself. I really am. It's good to be out. I didn't think I'd get another ride in this year, but yes, I have. This may not be out before the new year, but I've certainly got a ride in just before the new year. This will be very much the very last ride of 2018 for me, the very last ride, and then I'll be welcoming the new year with my family. Some pretty little villages out here, as I always say. I think the only downside to being out on a bike for me is the fact that my wife doesn't do it with me, and when I'm not with her I miss her. It's like when me and Graham do that North Coast 500. We're up there for 5 days. I shall miss her absolutely loads. We've never really ever been apart, and this will be the first time I've ever actually been anywhere without her. I'm trying to keep a little bit of distance between me and Jordan up in front, because the splatter off his bike is quite a lot. So we're heading over to Hawes, and a cafe that's mentioned quite a lot on actual Paul Stonehouse's videos. He's been there a couple of times. I believe that's where we're going, the Penny something it's called, but you'll see it anyway. I don't know whether I've actually ever been this way before, but still, beautiful country roads. But they're also unknown to me, so hence a little bit of caution. I don't think you can ever beat the view coming into Richmond. It's such a beautiful town. I mean, it's set in this beautiful place. I don't know whether you can look at the Richmond Castle over there. Can you actually see that? Probably going straight over this roundabout, heading over towards Leyburn Way, if I'm not mistaken, which takes us over near Hawes. And this is the town of Richmond, folks. Beautiful little place. It's quite a large town. It's set in some beautiful countryside. I mean, look at this building here. Yes, he said to me, well, he sent me a message the other day, Jordan up in front, and he said, how about doing a ride? And I thought, well, we haven't been out together for a while, and I haven't seen him for a while, to be fair, and he's a bloody good lad as well. And I thought, yes, definitely. The wife's at work, kids are getting looked after, I'm on my own. Why not? I mean, I spent all day yesterday cleaning this bike and touching bits and bobs up. You know how, you know what you do when you're enthusiastic about your bike. When it absolutely looked pristine. Now I came to the meeting point to meet Jordan and go off the bike, and I looked at it and I thought, dear me, it's a good job I'm not obsessed over it being absolutely spotless all the time, because I'd have cried, because it's pitted. But that goes with the territory, doesn't it? If you enjoy riding, why not? When I get home, I'll get the blooming jet wash out, give it a good jet wash and then dry it off, oil the chain for now, and that'll do. Oh, look at this scene here, eh? Wow, this is lovely. And it's nice to be travelling behind this car, because I know Jordan had been off. Over the River Swale we go. Oh wow. Now what more can you ask for on a day like this? A day before New Year, eh? I said to him as well, I said, if you want to go, just go. If you want to go, I'll catch you up. Because there's one thing I won't do, is I won't ride at anyone else's pace. I'll ride at the one pace that I am comfortable with, because that's the only way I know I'll stay safe. Take that in, eh? I hope this drift post is picking her up and giving it a really, showing it in all its splendour. Be a nice place to come to be in a caravan park, especially if there's a pub and restaurant on site. You can feel a difference in temperature coming here as well. It's dropped a couple of degrees, but it's worth that drop in temperature for this splendid view. I do like seeing a motorbike like Jordan's ride off into the distance at some rate of knots. I do like that. Oh, looks like that's been filled in. Must have had a slide at some point. Oh dear. Yes, this road's had some extensive work done. By God, they've made a right bloody job of it. It's bumpy as hell. Some nice twisties for you guys who like this sort of thing. There's a lot of debris on the road as well. This is what you've got to watch out for. It's fairly slippy anyway because of the damp conditions, but you have a lot of leaf debris that's still on this road. And take this for instance here, right in front of me. It's a lot of farm traffic and what have you, and it's muddy as hell, and that creates awful conditions for riding on two wheels. You'd enjoy this road, Graham, you'd really would. Now me and Graham are going obviously to the North Coast 500, as you all know, and we're now fully prepared. We don't need anything else. We're ready and waiting to go. I'm going down on the 5th of January to do his service on his bike, and he's eagerly awaiting that to get done, bless him. We're going to tighten his chain up and everything like that. It's really surprised me, the fact that we're at the end of December, the very end of December, virtually into 2019, and the weather is like this. It's unbelievable. What's going on? I don't know. I didn't expect at all to get out and do another ride this year, but it's just so nice. Yes, these roads would be lovely in the dry. Oh, look at those buildings over there, eh? This is beautiful, this. Now this is what I call beautiful. I can smell a fire. at that. I'm actually enjoying this pace, Jordan, thank you very much, and I really do appreciate you coming out for a ride with me today, because I probably, if I'd have gone on my own, I'd have gone to the local places like Whitby and that, but this lad in front's brought me out this way, and I really do appreciate that. Thank you very much, Jordan, much appreciated. Yes, we're definitely getting out onto the tops now. I can feel the temperature dropping. Yes, it's getting a tad cold, Graham. I don't think you'd like this cold in the wind. It's not so bad when you're not moving. So what's this little village called? Bellaby? Bellaby. This is Bellaby, folks. Never been to Bellaby before. Look at that! That's blooming beautiful! Wow! It feels like there's a bit of mist down in the air here. Oh no, here we are, Leyburn. Where would you, this is what amazes me, you get little places like this, little villages, and it's not little as such, but where do they go to work? Where around here is a big industry? That's what I'd love to know. What do they all do? Must cost a fortune, these houses here. That'd be a nightmare to get up to in the winter. You'd have to keep that well and truly gritted. Now, I'm talking about a driveway that's really, really steep, because you probably didn't, I don't know whether you've seen it or not, but I've took the lead for a little while. Just to give Jordan a break. I'm not going to go off flying or anything like that because I don't know the road, but it's just nice to get up at the front, and then I don't have any mud flying in my face, and so to speak, for you guys. Oh dear me. This is Higgledy Piggledy Road. There's some jumps here, Graham. And these roads, Graham, will be the type that we'll be travelling up in Scotland. What a beautiful view from here, eh? Oh, wow. Wow, now look at that, folks. Isn't that just beautiful? I do get carried away with my views, I do know that much, but that is just stunning. Absolutely stunning all around there. Take that vista in, eh? Yes, you don't get more bleaker than this either, but it is an absolutely gorgeous landscape that we live in. I mean, this is only an hour away from where we set off. Well, probably less than that. Oh, stunning views. Cheers, Jordan, again, for bringing me to such beautiful places. So, Graham, yes, this is definitely what we're going to be looking at. These kind of views, these kind of roads, in this beautiful country of ours. Oh, look at this. Look at this little river over here.
Jordan's just pointed something out to me here.
Oh.
That is the most random thing. Looks like he's got a 50 cal there as well. Yeah, you don't want to be coming up against the police here. Dear me. How random's that? You don't get any randomer. I know, I can see, yeah, it's got that writing on, yeah. It's even got a 50 cal in. Bloody hell. Yeah, that's brilliant. I like that. Cheers, John. Exactly. Yes, that was the most randomest thing I've seen. In the town of Reeth.
Yes, you don't see them often, if ever. Take that in, folks, eh? Take that in. Wow. Thoroughly enjoying myself. Absolutely enjoying myself. Bloody brilliant. You don't realise that all this is on our doorstep. Oh, not for everyone, but for the likes of me, this is on my doorstep, and it's great that I'm out here bringing this to you. I don't think my wife could live in a place like this. Mind saying that, I don't think I could. It's too bleak. There's nothing here. No shops, no pubs. These are very old buildings, mine, I'll give them that. Do you know, I don't care whether this bike gets up to the eyes in crap. Because this, my friends, is thoroughly worth coming out to see. And to ride on. To ride amongst this is just brilliant. With a great fella in front as well. Good old Jordan Reedy. Thank you very much again, buddy. See, this is what you call like bike touring for me. You're touring around, you're visiting places, you know, you're seeing some of the most beautiful countryside ever. Now, you don't necessarily have to have an adventure bike. Because look at Jordan's got an R6 here. And he's quite comfortable on that to ride all day. But I suppose it depends on each individual. I suppose Jordan's only young too, but I'm a lot older and I've got bloody back problems, so this bike for me, the Suzuki GSX-F 750, is ideal for me because it's comfortable. It's comfortable to ride on all day long. Coal fire, logs and that, oh lovely. This is actually bloody brilliant training for me and all. Gets me out in the weather, all weathers, and riding a little bit faster than I normally ride. And I'm not saying that I'm not comfortable with this pace, because I actually feel that this pace is brilliant. So I'm quite happy to ride at this pace all day. Unbelievable. And I would say that this pace you would cover a great deal of ground as well. And it doesn't prevent you from seeing everything, neither. Because you've got wide open vistas here ahead, so you know you can still take all that in. Look at this little village scattered amongst this valley. Brilliant it is. What a lovely little place. You don't get to see places like this every day. Well, you would do if you lived here. Do you get me? I do talk some rubbish sometimes. Well, I certainly would not have a clue where I was, and I don't have a clue where I am at all. It's not to say that I wouldn't travel this route on my own without any knowledge of where I was, because that's part and parcel of an adventure, isn't it? You're just pointing a bike in a direction and taking off, whether it be on your own or whether it be with a lad, your friends. But as I was saying to you, Graham, if you're watching this video, these types of roads are definitely what we'll be travelling up on in Scotland when we do the North Coast 500. There's a lot of these single tracks, but they're barely wide enough for two vehicles to pass. But this is definitely the type of roads that we'll be seeing, and some of the scenery here is on par. You know, lots of big hills, and obviously it'll be on a grander scale up in the North Coast, on the North Coast 500, especially on the western side of the Highlands. But and even if we're up there and the weather's like this, it still will be good. Obviously, I would presume that it's going to be a little bit warmer, but no one can ever tell with this country, because the weather can chop and change like there's no tomorrow. I prevent myself from saying wow too many times. In fact, I count how many wows I said in a video, God. I quite like using the whole of the road, especially when you can see that there's nothing coming, just to take that sting out with that sharp bend. We're definitely going over the tops now, because it's starting to go. It's getting the cloud bases in. So Graham, this is where we're heading. We're heading to Hawes. And it's a shame that the cloud base is in, because it's going to cut out some of the most magnificent views that we have up here. It's beautiful. No, I tell you what, Graham Calvert, aka Adventures with Woody, was talking about the protection that these bikes offer him. You know, he notices the difference from like riding Woody, which is sort of a bare bike, has a little bit of fairing but not much. But these bikes do offer a lot of wind protection, believe it or not. They really do. Whoa. Well, it's all about getting your gear right on here, but they really do offer you a hell of a lot of protection. It's quite good. And I suppose they deflect a lot of the rain as well that comes up here. Now, we're coming into the mist up here, so it's a shame. Is this Portobs? Wow. Wow. Look at that. That is beautiful, isn't it? Is it? It's a shame that we've got this mist in, but it doesn't detract for it. It's still beautiful, isn't it? It's still breathtaking, this. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, it was outstanding when that's what I said. Well, as soon as I got ahead and I said, bloody hell, look at this view here. Yeah. It was. Yeah. A couple of nice little jumps that took me out my seat. But it was lovely. But yeah, this is gorgeous. This like. Oh well, thanks for bringing me up here. You know. No, I really appreciate this.
This is one of my. I do it like 3 or 4 times a year.
Do you? Well, it looks like it's clearing, doesn't it? Yeah, yeah. So that's all good. It's actually moving quite quickly, so hopefully. No, this is beautiful. You couldn't ask for better than this. It is a shame that this mist is up here, but you know, sometimes it's nice to actually try and ride through stuff like this as well, because you gain a lot of experience, don't you? It's no good for you guys because you're not really seeing anything apart from a misty glimpse. Well, I'm certainly ready for a nice cup of coffee and maybe a snack. And to be quite honest with you, the road conditions, even though they're wet and damp and greasy, I'm quite confident that they're not too bad if you ride steady enough and you don't go like a lunatic, you know, then they're not too bad. You've got to watch out for like debris in the road like this and stuff like that. So here we have Hawes, folks. My first ever visit. These cobbles aren't too bad, to be honest with you. You'd think they'd shake the hell out of you, but they're not. They've been laid really well. And that was Hawes, folks. I had a lovely sausage sandwich and a coffee there, and that in the Pennygarth in Hawes. It's a place I'm going to have to visit again as well. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Yes, the roads are rather wet and greasy. On he's off. You can hear that distinct roar from that Akrapovic exhaust of his on his R6. One of my ambitions is actually to go over to the Isle of Man, not to watch the TT, although I'd love to do that, but to ride those roads, because on the mountain road I believe there's no speed limit. And I'd like to go there for a while just to, you know, get used to that sort of terrain, to see what the boys do, you know. They're phenomenal. I could not do what they do, like, I must admit. See, with the Isle of Man, the TT, they would use every bit of the road. Now this is where I call a lovely road. This is absolutely gorgeous. And look at that viaduct over there. The viaduct here, over there, fantastic. Hang on. That's exactly where I like, yeah. That is beautiful, isn't it? Wow. That is gorgeous, that. Oh, you're taking me on a good tour today, Jordan. That is beautiful. Yeah, Jordan just stopped there to show me that there, that viaduct. Brilliant! So when I said, folks, that I ride all year round, I literally do ride all year round regardless of the weather, and a certain element of the crew that I know, such as Jordan and that, also ride all year round. And why not? Because when we're getting weather like this, why wouldn't you ride? And here we are, folks, at Devil's Bridge. Just look at this. There's a signpost down there about it. Lovely. That is, it's nice, isn't it? We'll have a look at this sign here. Is this where you came and got an ice cream then?
Yeah. Let's have a look at this. Oh, right. Early pack horse train. Is that where we're at then? How far do you think we've done so far then? So we'll have done a fair few by the time we get back.
So I think the next stop that we're going to be doing now, we're going to make our way over towards Penrith, and we're going to fuel up there. I think we just have enough fuel to get to Penrith now, so we'll fuel up at Penrith, and then I think we're going to make our way over to Alston Pass on our way home. So we'll have done a fair bit today and covered some beautiful places like Devil's Bridge. I've never been to Devil's Bridge before. Such a lovely, lovely little place that is as well, and synonymous with bikers and things like that. Well, I'll tell you what folks, it's now 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We've just left Penrith after fueling up, and we're off heading over towards home, but we're heading Alston Pass way. I've never actually been this way either. Yes, it's been a long day in the saddle, but I'll tell you what, it's been absolutely fantastic. Now, I don't know how much longer this camera is going to last, but hopefully it'll last up at Alston Pass. Seeing we're going back over there, and there's that cloud base again. And here we are at Alston Pass, the summit of Hartside, I believe. God, this is lovely, isn't it, huh? How nice is this, folks? Alston Pass. Never actually been up here. The camera won't be doing this justice now, because as we're coming up here, we're coming into a bank of fog. Oh, outside cafe. Yeah. Well folks, all that's left for me to do is to get myself home now. I've got to say I've had a fantastic day, a brilliant time out with Jordan, and I'm looking forward to coming out again with him sometime. So from me, Paul, from All About Motorbikes, bye for now. Bye.